Here's your news rush for July 29, 2026. 6 stories. Let's go. A pause that could collapse any moment. The United States and Iran have now held their fire for more than a day, after nearly 2 weeks of strikes over the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's army says it has halted retaliatory attacks, while a top Trump envoy says American forces remain, quote, locked and loaded, even as the president gives talks room to breathe. The fighting had already dragged in Gulf allies and international shipping lanes before this lull. Mediators say a compromise is now on the table that would let Iran manage vessel traffic through Hormuz with fewer restrictions. Ukraine's bloodiest battlefield just had another brutal day. Ukraine's military says it recorded 226 combat clashes across the front line on Tuesday, with the heaviest fighting once again in the Pokrovsk sector, where Russia launched 29 separate assaults. Ukrainian forces say they killed 32 Russian soldiers and destroyed nearly 300 drones in that sector alone. Nationwide, Russia fired 59 airstrikes and thousands of drones and shells at Ukrainian positions. Pokrovsk remains the most contested stretch of the entire Eastern Front, with no ceasefire in sight. A fourth heatwave is about to test firefighters who are already exhausted. More than 300,000 people have now been displaced by wildfires tearing through France and Spain, and temperatures are set to climb toward 40 degrees Celsius this week. French authorities ordered another 4,000 people evacuated near Bordeaux, in what officials call the country's largest peacetime evacuation. 93 firefighters have already been injured. Spain has put at least 6 regions on orange alert as 24 aircraft race to keep the flames from reigniting before any rain falls. One country is closing in on the end of its Ebola outbreak while its neighbor's crisis keeps getting worse. The Democratic Republic of Congo has now confirmed 3,262 cases and 1,437 deaths, the fastest spreading Ebola outbreak on record, health officials say. Uganda, next door, has reported 0 new cases since June 21 and just discharged its last patient, starting a 42-day countdown to declare itself free. But the virus has already reached beyond Central Africa, with imported cases confirmed in both the United States and France. Germany just crossed a line it hadn't crossed since the Taliban took over. The country's interior minister says it has deported an Afghan man with no criminal record back to Kabul, the first such removal since 2021. He was one of 31 Afghan men flown out on a direct flight from Leipzig-Halle Airport, the other 30 with criminal convictions. The man had lost his asylum claim and was found living illegally in another European country before being sent back. Germany has now deported more than 200 people to Afghanistan since resuming removals in 2024, a policy that remains deeply controversial. Meet the dinosaur that just rewrote Southern Africa's history. Scientists have identified a brand new species called Musango, dug up on the shores of Lake Kariba in Zimbabwe, only the 5th dinosaur species ever found in the country. Musango lived about 210 million years ago, stretched roughly 15 feet long, and weighed about as much as a fully grown pig. Researchers say the nearly complete skeleton, found with bones from its spine, ribs, arms, and legs intact, proves dinosaurs were already spreading into distinct ecosystems across southern Africa far earlier than anyone realized. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay in the loop every single day.